I want to welcome everybody to our Saturday call. This is going to be a big call. We've got people from all over the world listening into this call. We've got speakers from the US, from the UK, from Canada, from I guess US, UK, and Canada. So there you go. So we're just waiting for a couple more speakers. Waiting for Rebecca Barrett. If Rebecca's on there, I can't see her yet. And Bill. So we're about 3 minutes out to start the call here.
Yeah, there are still lots of people coming into the room, so it's great to see everybody collect here, and it's going to be an awesome call.
Welcome, Bill Hart from Chattanooga, Tennessee. This is Bill's first time on our call. Great, Bill. This is going to be an awesome call for you. Some really good information for you here today.
And of course, our friend CD Dawn from Midland, Texas. Welcome to the call again. And as always, Klaus from Costa Rica. Good to see you on the call, Klaus.
I'm going to see if I can get Rebecca here. I'm just going to mute out for a second, Hans. Okay, I just texted Rebecca. She should pop up here any minute. Welcome everybody to our Saturday training call, Impact 101. I want to welcome everybody. The call's going to start here in about not even in about a minute. And there we go. We got Rebecca. Hey, Rebecca. How are you this morning or this evening? You're still muted. There you go.
That's good.
All right, thanks. Yeah, no, I just said last minute. No, I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Hey, doing awesome. Looking good as always.
Oh, thanks.
Well, looks like it's time, Hans. I mean, I'm not sure where Bill is, but we can go ahead.
I'll keep looking for him. Yeah.
So if you want to just hit record, we can get going here. You can start the first portion, and then I'll bring on our guest. So we're going to start off with Nicole first. Is that correct, Nicole? Then
yes, that's correct.
Nicole, then Colin, and then Rebecca, and then we'll wrap it up. But if you've got a few announcements you want to share with us, let's go ahead and do that. Welcome everybody to our Saturday training call. My name is Joe Mohammed. I'm actually here from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Today's call is going to be mainly about how to build your business, how to talk to people, the mindset. You're going to be hearing from three, possibly four of our top leaders in Impact 101. They're going to share some of the nuggets that they're using to build the business, the mindset. This is what we do every Saturday. These guys that we're going to have on the call, this is what they do. This is not something they have scripted. This is what they do on a daily basis. So anybody new on the call here today, listening in, just take some notes, guys. This is some very, very valuable information. This is the cool thing about what we do here, and the reason we have different speakers is that everybody has their own style, and you might resonate with one of them. You might resonate with Nicole, you might resonate with Colin, you might resonate with myself or Rebecca, and that's what's cool about this. But anyways, I'm going to pass this over to Hans. He's the CEO of Impact 101. He'll share with us a few a few updates and what's going on with Impact 101 today, and then we'll start off with our guest speakers. Go ahead, Hans.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Joe. And indeed, everybody, thank you so much for being on the call today. It's going to be a great call packed with information. And there's just so many good people going to talk about their experience and their things they do and the things that they achieve with Impact 101. So we have a couple of interesting things to share with you. And I'm going to screen share the PowerPoint presentation right now so that we can sort of look at what's going on there. So we have today 137 total countries. So it's been a week that we actually had the same amount of countries on, but just before we knew it, all of a sudden there was out of nowhere Bulgaria, and we right now have Liberia. What is it? The last country is actually, I think that's Bulgaria. So and Madagascar was the other one. So we have 137 countries with impactors right now, and we did that just in basically like 3 months. It's just amazing what you guys have done. So let's get to a couple of important announcements that we did. You may have all seen that we decided to no longer utilize PayPal. That has nothing to do with any of the ways of you can make donations. It is just a preference for us to no longer receive fees, and that is the only thing that has happened right there. So we may talk about that a little more further on about payment methods, but I think that we should basically hop straight into the speakers for today, Joe.
Sounds good, Hans. Thank you very much. So listen, guys, so what Hans was saying, and I'm just going to reiterate, the PayPal situation has nothing to do with donations. Okay, you remember that this is peer-to-peer. So if you have a PayPal account and you want to send a PayPal payment to somebody because you owe them a donation, well, that's completely fine. What Impact 101 no longer wants to do is accept PayPal through for the membership, for the $25 for the 6 month and the $40 for the 1 year. That's all it means. That's all it meant. So we had a few people that were a little confused about the PayPal thing, but remember, this is peer-to-peer. The company has no control over the donations that you guys are passing along within each other. So that was the biggest thing. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with the speakers today. Today, we're going to start off with Nicole Jackson. And I apologize, Nicole. I don't know exactly. I know that you're in the U.S. somewhere. I'm not sure where. But I want to say thank you very much for coming on the call and sharing your experience and what you've been doing and what's gotten you so excited about what we have here with Impact 101.
Sure. Now, I noticed that my internet is unstable, so forgive me a little bit coming in and out. But I am Michigan. I'm from the Detroit area, Michigan, and I travel a lot. I'm basically full-time travel. So maybe why you're confused. I spent a lot of time in Florida over the winter, and so yeah. But I am Michigan, and I'm so excited about crowdfunding. I am, I'm part of the Smarter Than Money organization with Greg Baldwin, and it's just been absolutely fantastic for us. And we really just are excited about it more than anything because we believe that it is something that can lead to true transformation. And I mean, when you have something like this that you can do, I know that we like to compete with each other and, everybody wants to have these huge donations and things like that. But when you really have something that can completely transform the way that you raise money, you make money, you can have something that you can that you don't have to take out loans for. You literally can raise the funds to purchase a car, or raise the funds to pay off a mortgage, or raise the funds to pay for your kids' school. This is the most exciting, most altruistic thing that I've ever done in my life, and so I'm super excited about it. Absolutely. So that answered your question.
Awesome, Nicole. Awesome. Thank you so much. So let me ask you a couple quick questions. What is your how do you start your day and how do you prospect and how do you do what you do on a daily basis? Just so people brand new can kind of see what, somebody that's been in, and I believe you've been in this in the industry, direct sales for a few years, so you do have the experience. So what's the difference with this, and what exactly do you do?
Okay, so that's a really good question. What I really love about this, I pretty much designed my lifestyle so that I make all my money online. That was one of the things that I began with the end in mind. 7 habits of highly successful people, right? Is you begin with the end in mind. So what I wanted to do, I knew I didn't want to go to anyone's job. I knew that I wanted to have the flexibility to travel, to be wherever, and not to be location independent. And I knew that I was spending all my money online. So I knew if I was going to spend all my money online, I better be making money online. And it just absolutely is one of those things you can't ignore. So I decided about 4 years ago that I was going to earn all my money online, and I struggled through it. And finally, I was able to hook up with some pretty cool guys, them, and who really helped me to use different tools and models and things like that to earn money online. Well, fast forward to today, the crowdfunding program is the absolute by far best program that I've ever marketed, and it is my daily method of operation is very, very simple. I wake up when I am ready to wake up, and I do meditations every single day. I do also affirmations, which is something I didn't necessarily used to believe in, but now I do. I highly believe in them. My awareness has changed, and I believe in affirmations. I talk to and invite the person who I want to work with into my life energetically. I do that right first thing in the morning. I do work out in the morning, and then I start my day, and I have a daily method of operation relative to Facebook that I am implementing now. Facebook is over 5-6 billion consumers on Facebook. And so I know that the person that I'd like to work with is there. So I reach out to them. I do reach out to my friend list, everyone who is my friend who's having a birthday. I reach out to them in their messenger. And I say, I like a few things, like and comment on their page. And I go into their messenger and I say happy birthday to them in their messenger. The other thing that I do is I do some of the things that actually I learned some things that Rebecca is doing inside the groups. I go into the groups and I look for people to friend request. I send a friend request out to people. I don't really talk to people before I send them the friend request. I'm sending about 50 to 100 friend requests per day. And then once someone accepts my friend request, then and mind you, when I send the friend request, I'm making sure that they are the person who I want to work with. I'm making sure that I go to their page and I do what I call a mini interview on their page. So on their page, I'm looking to see if they are if they're a positive person, if they're posting things that are really positive. Maybe they're a network marketer. They're talking about their network marketing company. They're a business person, an entrepreneur. They're smiling. They show pictures. There's someone positive who I would like to possibly work with. And so then I do a friend request. So once they accept my friend request, then I do I send them a message, just basically like thanking them for friendship. Say it's very nice to make your acquaintance here on Facebook, and I'm looking forward to a great exchange of ideas here. That's pretty much what I do. Enjoy your day. So I don't, I'm not talking to them right away about anything about crowdfunding or anything. I'm just building my universe, and I am making a friend, basically. And then once I do the friend request, and then I'll go in and I'll make a post, like just a post. Most times, they're usually just, positive posts, maybe something that I've read that's another thing I do. I read every single day. Maybe it's something that I read that impacted me, and I'll post a quote, or I will, and then people who respond to my messaging, then I go back into their inbox, into their messenger, and I start communicating, hey, I'm glad you like my post, or, maybe I've asked something on my post, like, if, just something relative to mindset or business or something. I've done a Facebook Live before where I asked all my entrepreneur friends, what was it that they were looking for? What did they need support in? Like, if, what resources are you looking for? And I got a lot of response from that. And then I just really started communicating with each person. And once I communicated with them, I found out what they were interested in, what they were working on. And then I was able to invite them to look at crowdfunding from there. So maybe they need capital. Maybe, I asked them, I said, do you need capital? Do you need partner? Do you need, somebody said they needed an assistant, they needed a virtual, I showed them about virtual assistant. And so always every single need can go back to crowdfunding, So, and I just introduce it to them in that way, like kind of, conversationally. And so that's what I do. And it keeps me pretty busy. I learned a lot from these calls, a lot from Rebecca, particularly. She does such a good job on Facebook, and a lot of her responses, then I've used them, and it's just keeping it simple. But what I try to do, the main thing I try to do, is really focus on that person. What is it that they are looking to do? That is the main focus. It's not about me getting a donation. It is not about me getting a donation. It is only about, what is it that, how is it that I can add value to this person's life? And, would you be able to use crowdfunding to help you meet your goals? And that's it. I just really try to keep my focus on the person. And it's just, it's been really an amazing feeling, an amazing experience with that school of thought.
That's awesome. Awesome, Nicole. I really, really love that. So just remember, guys, so Nicole, there's no different than doing warm market, cold market. What she's doing, she's going Facebook. She's meeting people she hasn't met. I've been doing this for a long time. So I do a lot of cold market, a lot of warm market. What cold market is, just in case some of you guys don't know, cold market is somebody you don't know, somebody that you're meeting either online or buying leads or that sort of stuff. So what Nicole's doing, she's actually warming up to them. She's not just contacting them and then just spewing what she's doing and talking about crowdfunding. That's how you lose people. That's a lot of amateurs do that. So the key is to build a bit of a relationship with somebody and then find out what their needs are, or what you could add value to their lives. Because if you really are passionate about Impact 101 and you're really seeing that it's making a difference in your life, why wouldn't you want to share it with somebody else? It's not really, the end goal isn't for you to get a donation from them. Obviously that's what we want to do, but ultimately your mindset. So I really get that. And I love that, Nicole. And I know Rebecca does a lot of that stuff. So I want to thank you so much. That was awesome. I'm going to go ahead and jump over to Colin Simmons in the UK. Colin's been with us since day one. He's an awesome leader. Actually, Colin and Duncan, they both run their own webinars, and you guys can probably check it out on your resources. Maybe I'll have Hans touch on that. They do a couple calls a week, and they're just great leaders. And Colin, do you want to just share exactly what you do and what's getting you really fired up about what Impact 101 has done for you?
Hey, thanks for that, Joe. I hope I'm coming through loud and clear. Yeah, this is Colin Simmons from Birmingham, United Kingdom. And I love to talk about Impact 101. This is something that only came my way only 5 months ago. My background is in multi-level marketing. I was always busy, but not really making the money I needed. I wanted something that could change my life instantly. Now, as Joe has just said, a good friend of mine, Duncan, called me up and said, Colin, you need to have a look at what's landed on my desk. This is different. So I did have a look. He said, have a look at a short video. Now, this is a tip for everybody. Use the tools. We say it every week, it's all about the tools. When Duncan called me up, he didn't try to explain crowdfunding to me. He just said, look, he talked about the results. This is something that could change your life instantly. That got my attention. I didn't know what it was. So I said, what is it? So he said, look, I've got a video that explains it. How soon can you watch it? Now, we're keeping it as simple as that. So when he said that, me being me, and you'll probably find this with a lot of people that go, well, I want to see it now. So he sent me the video now, straight away. And I watched that video straight away. And it made sense to me straight away, to the point that I knew that I've got to share that video with other people. Now, I could go out and I could talk to individuals, and that's going to take time. Or the best way to do it is get all these people I can, 5 or 10 people together on a call, and get Duncan, somebody else, to talk to them on my behalf. That's, when I look back, is how I started 3 months ago. I got a handful of people together and said, you've got to see what I've just seen. This will make a major difference instantly. It's great to have an opportunity that's going to come 5-10 years time, but you want something that make a difference today. We've got bills to pay today. So you need something that will act quickly. So I've got these people together. I said, look, you've got to come on the call in the afternoon. I've got a good friend of mine who's going to share something with you that I think we will do really well. All the people that jumped on the call saw the video and said, yes, I'm in. That's the power of crowdfunding. I didn't need to sit and explain it one-on-one. So my advice to everybody is make a call to people that you personally know, first of all, people that you know that will benefit from receiving donations from across the globe. Don't explain it, just say, look, this is something you've got to see. I've got my friend who's going to tell you all about it this afternoon. That's what I did. The beautiful thing about what we have in crowdfunding, just today, I received a donation from Taiwan. I don't even know exactly where Taiwan is. I need to look on a map. That's the beauty of what we have. It really isn't about your skills. It's about how many people you can share it with. Now, what do I do on a daily basis? Well, first thing, it is mindset. I mean, it's been mentioned already. It is about mindset. I'm always positive because that's the only way to be. By being positive, I can attract more positive people to me. This does work. When I ask people what they're doing, they're going to tell me. So every day, I'm connecting with people, whether it's somebody I know that's in business, I'll find out how they're doing. Or if it's somebody brand new, I'll reach out to them and say, hi, how are you doing? Sooner or later, they will then ask me, Colin, and what are you doing? And at that point, I want to tell them something that they're going to go, yes. And that something is, as many people will know, it's, look, I've found a way that I can increase the amounts of money that's coming into my house. Something like that. Is that something that you would like? They're going to say, yes, tell me more, no matter what they're doing. As it was said already, they could have their own business that they're really focused on. But the question is, would you like some extra money to help you in that business? Yes. I've got a video that explains it all. They say, what is it? I'll say, I've got a video that explains it all. I really do keep it that simple. It's all about the communication. I'm constantly talking to my team, my current team that I have now. Those that are active, I work with them. I don't spend my time chasing the people that are not active. I work with the energy, the people that are active. So that's another key thing. It's about consistency. I don't start and then stop. I keep the consistency going. That's what I've done for the last 3 months in Impact101. It's been absolutely incredible. So anybody that's looking at this for the first time, or anybody that's been involved since the beginning, look at where you are, what you've done over the last week. If you haven't got the results that you've got, you need to change what you're doing. You need to look at talking to maybe more people, or reach out to your upline or your upline's upline to find out what they're doing. Look at the calls that we've got in the back office. There are tons of information in there. In fact, I highly recommend you go through lots of the old calls as well. There's going to be a lot of detail in there. You only need one little bit of a nugget to change everything for you. I saw a picture on Facebook of my upline today showing the amount of donations that came in. I think it was yesterday. Imagine that happening every single day. Now, here we are, we're 3 months old. The news that that was released on the corporate call on Wednesday, to me, was mind-blowing. The idea now that people can actually donate to your cause that are not members of Impact 101 raises us to another level. This puts us on the same level as the GoFundMe, the Just Giving of this world, where people are not registered with those platforms can send a donation. We are now at that level. That's where we are going. So, Joe, I don't know. I mean, that's really what I do on a regular basis. I keep it as simple as that. It is all about sharing the videos. It is about the energy within my team across the globe. And it's about consistency. So again, the more people you share the videos with, your landing page with, the bigger your own business will grow.
That's
Hope that
awesome,
makes
Colin.
sense.
Awesome, buddy. Thank you so much. That was great. So just to reiterate, what Colin does, he's got mindset, just like Nicole, just like Colin. Mindset. Number 2, contact people. Don't do the explaining. I know myself and John, we're always saying this. I mean, what we do is we sort, and that's what he does. He just keeps it going every single day. The same thing, sending people to the information, sending them to their live webinar, however you want to do it, but don't do the explaining. The psychology behind that is this: you might be very excited to share something with somebody, but then you get really excited and you want to explain everything. Well, guess what happens when that happens? People look at you and go, man, Colin, you're good at this. I can't do what you do. But this is what I'm trying to say, is that you want to separate yourself from the information and just be the traffic cop and directing people to the information. That's how you become successful. I've built teams up 200,000 members doing exactly that. People just wonder, how did you do it? I go, I just send people through the information and I collect an answer. I'm looking for either a yes or a no. I hate maybes. I always push them off the fence. I don't like maybes. I like quick yeses. I like quick nos. That's just the way I've always been. And I'm sure, Colin, you have the same exact philosophy. So again, its bottom line is this, just share the information, have the system do the work for you. That's the key. That's it. That's all you have to do. Now, Colin, I want to thank you. That was awesome. I really appreciate you coming on the call with us today. I want to pass. I want to move on to a great. This gal here, Rebecca Barrett. She's in the UK. I'll let her tell you her story. It's awesome. She inspires me. She inspires a lot of people. And she'll share exactly, she'll tell you her story, and then she'll tell you exactly what she does on a daily basis, and then we can wrap up the call. Go ahead, Rebecca. It was nice. Thanks for coming on. You're still muted.
Hello.
There you go. Awesome. Nice to see you.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me to talk today. And yeah, I'll share. Basically, I thought I'd start just by sharing where I was. John and Joe actually invited me to the crowdfunding space, and before they contacted me, I probably the same as most people had heard of GoFundMe and the other sort of platforms or programs that out there like that, and that's all. That was my concept of crowdfunding. So when leading up to the point where they contacted me, I actually was in a situation where I was desperate to have an income stream. I really needed income. I'd quit my previous business, and my outgoings probably at least £3,000 a month, if not more. So I'm a single parent to 4 children under 9, and I was basically facing losing my home because I had no income. My rent was due, and I had no way of paying that. So I think when John and Joe phoned me, I had about 3 days to pay the rent, and I decided, I watched a video. They sent me a short video which I watched, and I decided, like, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get involved, and I'm just going to give it 100%. And that's basically what I did. And really quickly, it changed my whole situation so much. So it's literally because of them, if they didn't contact me and share the video with me, I wouldn't have got involved, and I know where I would be now. So I just don't think about that, because they did contact me, I did get involved, and I obviously earned or made more than that in that time, so I was able to pay my rent. But not only that, it's been consistent each month, or any time that I need to pay for anything. It could be hot dinners, school trips, you know, a birthday, Christmas, buying clothes or shoes, just food shopping, even is ridiculous. Everything that I need, I'm able to provide, and also have disposable income. So I quickly got to work sharing it, and I started off posting on my own Facebook page, and I had like a really good response from that. So I sort of like started to build with my warm market, people that I did know, because I knew them from Facebook. But I also focus on finding new people and building new relationships with people, finding leaders, people that want the same, like want to achieve the same in life. So as I said, I've got 4 children, but my last proper job was actually account manager for Lloyd's TSB. And at the amount that I earned from that was, I think it was like £1,300 a month. And there's no way on earth that I could live on that money. So I'm really glad that I do not have my 9 to 5, which that used to be my dream. That was my dream, to get a job. I knew someone that had a job in the bank, they had a nice car, a house and everything. So I thought, well, I want that. So I went and got a job and did that. But now I don't feel that is a dream. My dream now has changed, and it's to work for myself from home. So I'm able to, I don't need to pay for any childcare. If there's a sports day or a special assembly, like now it's Easter holidays, they're off for 2 weeks, I can work around them. So I actually sat down a few days ago and realised I have actually completed some of my goals which I set out to do. So I don't claim any benefits. All the money I make is from working online. So that's one thing which I'm pleased. And yeah, just to cover the outgoings and stuff. So not only like, getting by and covering my bills and stuff, but only since crowdfunding have I been able to do extra things. So I've been on holiday a couple of times with my mum, and I've taken my mum and my children away, like probably twice since then. And I know that I would not have been able to do that. And no, my washing machine broke about a month ago or so. I was just able to go out and buy a new washing machine. Didn't have to worry about like having no money to do that, and things like that. I don't know.
That's awesome, Rebecca. I really appreciate your story. You're so inspiring. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, this is real. This happens to people all over the world. And prime example is, don't shoot yourself too short when contacting people. You have no idea whose life you're going to impact. And look what Rebecca was determined to do for herself and her family, because somebody threw out a lifeline. See, our job as marketers isn't to convince people. Our job is to go out there and share the information with people and let them decide. And if they truly want to change their lives, they can. Rebecca took the lifeline. She was determined, 100% committed, and look what happened. Her whole life turned around from that action. That's why I tell people, don't prejudge anybody. You have no idea who needs this. You don't know. We don't know. I don't know. I don't know. You might see somebody, you think they're doing well. They could be in a really bad spot, or they could be in a situation where they need something. And I tell you, Rebecca, that's just a fantastic story. I mean, I'm getting a lot of people on the chat just getting inspired by you, and you've always inspired me and John, and it's been just awesome. We're I just want to thank all of our speakers today for jumping on and spending some time with us and sharing their nuggets. And bottom line is this, you guys, is take action, action, action. And you know what? I remember years ago when I started in the direct sales industry, one of my mentors told me, he goes, do in numbers what you don't have, do in numbers, do a lot of numbers so you get the experience. I didn't get the experience by making 1 or 2 calls a day. I got the experience by taking massive action. And that's why we talk about the 90-day blitz. We talk about, it's a lot easier to build fast than it is slow. When you build slow, there's no momentum. When you build fast, there's momentum, there's excitement. And we always have somebody, and we have a resource in our back office about the 90-day blitz. It's one of the best things I've ever done in my life, where it's turned my whole life around, because it was concentrated effort in a short period of time to make things happen. But it's not just about impacting yourself. But when you hear a story like Rebecca's story, there's many stories like this. But when you hear that, when she's got 4 kids under the age of 9, and she was able to make the decision and take action and make it happen. That's what it's about, you guys. And that's what I'm so impressed with Impact 101 and the space. And I'm going to leave this. I have to run here, and I think it's the top of the hour. Like, we're sitting about 33 minutes in. We want to keep the calls nice and short. But I'm going to leave this with you guys, that this platform that we're on right now is going to change the way business is done around the world. This is the new wave. I'm telling you guys, we're just getting started. When we have 137 countries in 3 months, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen by fluke. This happens because the world needs this. And the more you go out and share this with people, the more you impact people, the more lives you can change. I mean, it makes the world a better place. I know it sounds corny, but I'm telling you, I mean, if you could impact one person's life and then have them call you and say, man, thank you so much. I was about to be, evicted, or I had no food, or this or that, or I had medical bills, or it's that, for me, that's everything. I mean, honest to God, that is everything for me. So I'm going to leave the call here. Hans, if you want to wrap up the call, I have to actually leave. I'm not sure if we have any questions here, but Hans, if you want to jump on and if you want to wrap it up, that would be awesome.
Sure. Thank you so much, Joe. And yeah, so we did actually have for a little while Bill come on the call, but unfortunately he had to leave. So we will hear from him for another time, I'm pretty sure. So there's a couple of last little things. As you can see, my name's not Frank. Frank is actually out there, and I'm just filling in for him. It's been a great call again. Thank you so much, all the speakers, for being on the call and sharing with us all the information that that they've been sharing with us, and that actually makes the system so good for everybody. Just share it, use the tools, take the time to share it with other people, and that's actually all that there is to it. So in saying so, I'm going to end the call. Thank you so much. There is going to be 2 more calls again, as usually on the Tuesday and on the Wednesday, and then next week on Saturday we'll have another one of them calls like this. Thanks so much, and have a great week, and let's go impact some people.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys next week. Thanks, speakers. Rebecca, you're awesome.
Bye. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Nicole. Thank you so much.
Have a great week, everybody.
You too.